So now we're on the cardinal energies, ready for new, fresh beginnings, because cardinal energies are fresh beginnings, into the global axes, because we're going back out into the logical realms of words, rationality, reason, after having danced through the dimensional planes of imagination, creative, abstract healing, through challenging emotional, perceived and dark emotional states with our new sense of perception, to see where these new beginnings take us. These new beginnings take us with our beautiful, fresh connection to our deepest heart, our truest authenticity, ready to expand after we've contracted, and knowing when to contract and when to expand, when to push, when to pull, when to be, when to do, when to rest. Because we don't overindulge, but we allow ourselves indulgences. We are energy incarnated in human bodies to experience pleasure, but not to do in excess. But we have mastered self-discipline 41 and moderation 14. So this is the first card. I don't know what that is yet. It's either going to be Aries, Capricorn, Cancer, or Libra. Tito pomo matana. Libra's last. Yeah, the new relationship with self. Okay. Sorry, the screensaver again. The Matrix screensaver. So Libra's last. So then we've got Capricorn, Cancer. No, Tito Momo. So you want to do Libra first? Yeah. Okay. And Capricorn physical. You want to do Capricorn last? Maybe. So that leaves with Aries and Cancer. Cancer's nurturing and loving. Yeah, it's like home, the breasts and the chest, isn't it? Yeah. But Cancer opposite Capricorn, far away, not next to it. So that means you want to put Cancer here. Yeah. So that would go Libra, the new relationship and sense with self. Libra, Cancer, Aries, Capricorn. Aries is bold and action. Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. Yeah. Okay, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. I have no idea why on that one. Well, some of us do, but I couldn't grasp it in words, so I can't share it, I'm afraid. So Cancer, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. So why are we ending on Aries? Beginnings and new action, healthy action. Okay. These are heart Venus, and we're ending on our heart Venus. Okay. And these are Mama Banana. One of us asked, it's not really fair to end on our heart Venus for the viewer. How does that relate to the viewer? And one of us, then you answered out loud, didn't you? I don't know really what you said. Because we're the funnel that's funneling the energy we flow through. So if we're ending on our heart and our deepest connection of our heart, which is Venus, which is the ruler of Taurus and Libra, that's Aries. And Aries is at the start of the astrological chart, which is connected into the youngest energies of the collective of people, not necessarily the people watching this, but the collective of humanity, because we're doing this for humanity and humankind, which was the first card out, which was Gemini. And as soon as we say all that, it just kind of goes. It makes sense as we're talking, but then it goes. But then that's like us all the time. That's not just because we're doing this channeling, that's just us, full stop. But we will get there to remembering. So we've got the Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. These cards can't really go up any further. What would that be like if we put that over the top or underneath? Let's do that. And then you can keep all your patterning together. And that will go on top there. Okay. 4 hours 14. It's gonna be, they're getting longer rather than shorter, guys. So Cancer, 64. We never made sure that we screwed you in to make sure you were tight. I felt like you just moved then. There we go. 64. Complex stability. The Merkaba, star tetrahedron, whack end, watcher, animal totem. The cardinal energies are your queens now. This is Cancer, so that's the Queen of Cups. Watcher, animal totem. The witnessing eyes, the watching, observing ones of us are supported through your animal totem. Maybe the eagle that was talked about before. Lots of bold, bright colours here. So far, if we look into the screen, it's this area in Sagittarius which is drawing us in. So this is Cancer within Sagittarius. But these are bolder, darker colours, and they're lighter. Colours get lighter when they get further apart, further away. So Cancer, these are closer to home, whatever that kind of means. So spirit familiar frequency that waits, watching for you to sight its presence. It does not walk with you, but gazes through the glare of beasts and bugs that eyeball you. When you eventually connect, it will walk with you, reach out to teach you, and then flee like the sun at dusk. This is your connection to the creatures around you and is the breath that connects to all the mystical fauna you've previously been. Cherish the lessons those unremembered lives have taught you. We are all creation's creatures. So this is bringing us back to mystic cycles. Although we can't remember which card that was in. Oh, it's in number 37, Virgo. So Virgo, Cancer, you could be kind of connected. You may wish to go somewhere where there's a lot of insects, or wish to observe insects. Look at how the flies fly around in the patterning movements. Like when we're watching the bees and butterflies outside, you'll get them, they look like they're coming back to the same plants in the same spot, but they're not. They're just, that's the unseen energetic realms work in a spiral vortex rather than straight lines. And so they're coming back, but they're not quite coming back to the same spot. So they're dealing with all. So when you watch the insects and how the insects move, on observing that patterning of the insects and how they fly and move and revisit, that's having, and we were talking about the third eye and the visual sense, that's having an impact on the energetics in your body. So we were talking right at the start of the video, we talked about the one being the vertical channels, the fire and water, but then if you put it on its side, it's the horizontal channels, which we kind of relate to the earth element. The only one that's missing is the air, the wind. Well, watching insects will get us into the spiral vortex patterning of the unseen energetics, which is that those patterns in the body are created through the breath. So if you attempt to focus on your breath and your breathing as you're watching these insects, there'll be a deeper connection with the air elemental forces. And we're going to Aries, ending on action, and we said that wind was air, wind was a call to action. So these are the subtle tools and practices we can do to bring ourselves into dynamic momentum, maximizing our output with most ease. Thank you, Cancer. And any stomach issues or breast stuff will then have a direct correlation with feeling and sensing now from those new connections with the air elemental forces in the body. Libra? Yeah, because then it went Capricorn, Aries. Libra. Waterfall, mystical healing. So there's lots of mysticism going on now. We swear this feels like it's happening quicker. I'm sure that's just our sense of perception of time. So there's lots of mysticalness going on here. We did have 64. We've gone down a decade to 54. The fours are still a strong theme and number, aren't they? That was 30. That's the only whole numbers. We've got lots of Fibonacci sequence numbers. Well, not in whole numbers, but like your Fibonacci sequence is your 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. So you've got your 3 and your 8 there. And when you miss a number, so 3 would go to 8. If you missed a number, back to 5, up to 13. So we're talking about connecting with your insects. Insects like water, so maybe there's some bodies of water around you, whether it's a lake, a little waterfall, a river, a creek. If there's any bodies of water that you live nearby, or even a water fountain in your garden. Or maybe purchasing a little cheap solar water fountain, or purchasing, we used to have, we don't anymore, though we could put them on now because we've got the solar panels. We stopped using them because of the price of electric, but we used to have little water fountains in our house going because the constant trickling sound of the water would help us shift our emotions. And we could do that again and plug them in because it's better to use things now during the day, so we might get them out again. That's good to know. So how a dripping tap, when you hear a tap dripping, does that bug you? Does that irritate you? Because if that does, and that repetitive sound of a drip, 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 or leak, is showing how you've got the rigidity and the tension in your body. Because that's what we do when we get more rigid and more tension. Our patience threshold, our triggers become more. So if that type of thing, a drip drip, does bug you, then having a water fountain, which might be initially bugging you, but it's more of a flowing motion, and you can choose different water fountains and different patterns of how the water moves, would actually maybe be really beneficial, because it will get you, you'll eventually get used to it. And you could even do a test that then down the line to see if after you've done that, purchased one and done it for a while, if a dripping sound of a tap bugs you anymore. And we'd almost like to say that it wouldn't, or it wouldn't bug you as much, because it can take time on these things. When the taste of everything has soured, even love is what is that? How does you say that? Pestilential. When the taste of everything has soared, even love is pestilential, and all is winter bleak. It is time to speak with air. Valkyrie god healer, never-ending beacon of primal salt rhyme. Stay present. Stop seeking answers. The noxious hurt is nomadic and will walk away. As sure as the waters wear the rocks, or rise through the trees, create the clouds, or dance throughout blood as sacred songs. Samba with the cascading joy of water's ceaseless laughter. So yeah, the moving water that we're saying in the fountains is like that water's ceasing laughter. And it says stop seeking answers. So that's like us saying earlier when we're describing surrendering the conscious mind's need to know and understand. We don't need to always logically understand and know stuff. That's I think that would be called a trauma response, for feeling safe and feeling secure, needing to be in control. Just like us and our getting the alignment on the camera now. But it's only because when we watch it back, it will really bug some of us. So that's Libra. And Libra's an air sign, but it's it is like relationships. So it's a dynamics between Queen of Swords, the mental body, the dynamics between your mental body and your emotional body. What is the dynamics between your mental body and your emotional body, the relationship between them? The answers could be, if you're to get out your tarot deck that speaks to you for this card, held within the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. And the 10 of Swords is, you've got all the swords in the back of the corpse pose. So you may wish to do some corpse pose. But whereas in Shavasana and yoga, corpse pose is laying on your back, you may wish to do reversed corpse pose, where it is actually laying on your front. And you may even wish to visualize laying on your front. Support yourself how you need so that you can comfortably lay on your front, whether that's you may have big breasts and want to put a rolled blanket underneath them. You may want to put a blanket under your forehead. Make yourself comfortable on the floor, laying on your front. And visualize swords pointing into your back. So like we were saying earlier about going onto Google and getting meridian points and pressing them in your body, you may wish to visualize swords going into your back. And that is really dancing on a subtle level with the energetics to release tension. Your back is your shield, it's your protective mechanism. Your shoulders are your protective mechanism, and your back's your shield, it's your backbone. And we get Capricorn is your backbone, your joints, your knees. So if your Capricorn's your backbone, and we're talking about backbone now, there may be something in the Libra energetics. Libra rules your buttocks, your kidneys, your lower back, actually. So there may be something that you need to free up or loosen up in your lower back. But being careful, because your lower back is your lumbar, and if you've got tension and tightness in your lumbar, in your lower back, there's going to be a reason for that. So you don't want to be going directly in and doing stuff to loosen it up directly. You want to find out where that tightness is coming from, and it could be certain muscles in your buttocks, it could be tight hamstrings, But if you're laying on your front, it means that your back has a chance, like we were saying earlier about breathing into your back, your back has a chance to expand and to breathe and to pulse. Whereas when you're laying on your back, it doesn't, because you've got everything weighing it down. And oxygenating your water, or before you drink. If you're going to drink, getting your water and pouring it from one into the other to create the oxygen, because then that goes into your body and you're bringing more oxygen into your body through your liquid intakes. So the dates of the Queen of Cups is from the June the 11th to July the 11th. Tita Pomo Mama. We're in the Queen of Cups right now for another 5 days. So that's saying to us that it's really these next 5 days and the energies that we're in at the moment. Tita Pomoina. Oh, it's Queen of Swords. Sorry, that makes sense. So what was Queen? Oh, that was Cancer at the start. So we're actually in Cancer energies now, which makes sense because we're in Cancer sun season. But we're coming up to the end of the Queen of Cups, because the Queen of Cups only goes up to the fixed energies of Cancer. So Cancer is a cardinal, and we see the middle 10 decan of Cancer. So you've got the first 10 decan, the second 10 decan, and the third 10 decan. We relate that to cardinal, fixed, mutable. So we're currently in Cancer, which is cardinal, but we're in the fixed energies of cardinal. We're just letting our cat in, Zendaya. Hello, beautiful. Hi. Do you want us to get the food out of the fridge for you? It's been an awfully long time, haven't we? Just go with us. We're just going to get his food out of the fridge for him. It's already in a bowl. It won't take long. Here we go, lovely. It's all ready. You can sit down. Should we just put it down? Your water's outside. We'll have to bring it in. We're just going to put it down. You can do what you want with it, okay? There we go. Enjoy. Okay, 2 more cards, then we can wrap it up. The night's gone on. Okay, bring the screen back up. So we'll go on to Cancer, Libra, Capricorn. We did the dates. Ah, look, it's one of them. Sen, torch, divine spark, enrobed in darkness, suspended in time, stationary, stopped, shield, stayed. So we were just talking about the shield in the back and the shoulders. Paused, but dripping with anticipation. In the doomed gloom, there is just the gleaming glow of a flame billowing, waiting to fire up, to spark and ignite. Bellow the light that aches into all the corners to illuminate. So we're talking about the candle flame stuff earlier. This is 6. Taurus is 42, so that's expansion 6. We have the 6 and the Cancer there as well. And this is like kind of Inception. I don't know if you can see it. Can't really see it on the picture up here. Here you've got a rectangle. This rectangle is a picture of the whole card. So this card, that is this card, but in Smicro. So it's the card within the card. So we're really getting into the layers of the Inception, with the dream within the dream, the layer within the layer, the picture within the picture, like what we've got here. 6 is unconditional love. It's the middle point of the Tesla code. So we've got your 8 up here with Pisces. We had your 2, remembering the order, even though we've meddled up the cards. That's impressive. We've got the 2 from Gemini, because we started on Gemini, and that's the card we started with. And they're the bridge from the seen tangible world into the unseen world of the Tesla code, which is 6. And we've also got the 6 here on the fixed energies. This is 5th tier 6. So 5th tier 6 means you're really getting into 5 layers. And this is about the inception, the dream of inception. So there's layer upon layer. So you've got layers, 5 layers. 5 is the number of change, which brings freedom. I'm sure there's a 5 here. Oh, 54 is the card before, which has got the 5 in it. 8 minus 3 is 5. So it's connecting into the inner trolls that you've surrendered and released. And we see 3, which is this Leo card here, to be half of 6 logically, which is this Capricorn card, but also to be half of 8, which is the Pisces card up here. So Leo, Pisces, Capricorn. What's that triangulation like in your chart? Capricorn is the Queen of Pentacles. So you may wish to go to the 10 of Swords, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. Sorry, the 10 of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles, and the 3 of Pentacles. And the dates there are December the 13th to January the 9th. And the 10 of Wands is, in the traditional tarot, it's got all the wands stacked up in a basket on the back. But there's other 10s of Wands cards which we prefer that have the wands neatly stacked up on the shoulder. And for us, it's much easier to carry stuff on our shoulder than it is on our back. And even like on your head, when you get the women carrying, hello, hi, you can't get through there, can you? You have to go around the back. So carrying stuff on your head or your shoulders better than carrying it on your back bent over, because we've been talking about the back. Capricorn also is the card we're on. Oh right, I thought this was Capricorn then, but that Libra we were talking about the back and the oh, that's interesting because the Libra is the buttocks, the lower back and the kidneys, and then we've gone to Capricorn, which is your joints, your knees, your backbone, your bones and your skin. And that's all the area that holds your kidneys as well, and your adrenal glands are above your kidneys for the energy levels and that new life force energy that's going to take you into the new beginnings of your Aries energies. So let's move on to Aries. And it's you've got the divine spark. So with your neurographic art, if you've ever seen neurographic art, you may wish to do some neurographic art. But your lights, there's new neurological pathways sparking and lighting up. And so the last card, 21. We started with 14, today's daily oracle of the cosmic surge, riding the waves through all the different emotions and tangible and untangible dimensions through the astrological energies to end up in the cosmic ocean. Lagoon 21, lagoon, cosmic ocean. Because the stepping stones are so close together, you don't even need to jump. You can just tiptoe gently across. Walking on tiptoes may be something that you do, and it might be an idea which would then relate to tight. If you walk on your tiptoes, you more in the fronts of your feet, you might have tight hamstrings. If you've got tight hamstrings, that is going to add to tension in the lower back, and seeing as we're on this area. But for us, for instance, we need to walk on our tiptoes a bit more. So that might be something there for you. It's a cosmic ocean of every emotion, ebbing in and out of everything. collective memories, rolling and reaching in and out of life, teasing and testing our inner resolve. Cosmic rivers know their purpose is to seek the greater expansive ocean. There, the water is different and the journey more thrilling. Let go, dive in, swim. Engage with the flow and live your fullest purpose. Stop drowning by fighting life's natural course. See, that's a really beautiful energy and card to end on, with Aries energies through the filter of our beautiful Venus, deepest core, child state, empowerment and play heart. Because it doesn't matter if you can swim or not. You don't need to be able to swim. You don't need to know how to swim. Because every time we bring ourselves into the present moment, into nowness, isness, and the more that we do that, bring ourselves into the moment of now, of washing the dishes, hoovering the house, cooking the food, eating the food, into the present moment of watching whatever it is we're watching. It's been in that present moment that allows the life force energies to flow. It's been in that present moment where there is no concept of time, our right hemisphere brain, that surrenders the past and the future, the anxiety about what's going to happen in the future, the anxiety over the PTS, the past that's trapped in the body, because we can be. And because we can be, it means we can do when we need to do. And it just flows. But we have to practice this and we have to train this. We have to embrace the new habitual patterns. We have to embrace those new neurological pathways that are in sparking and keep them sparking. Because just like when you use a splint to light a fire, you have to keep going. You have to keep going until that tinder, the fresh bits of straw and grass and dry splint shaven wood, actually takes the spark and lights. Or if you have a Rayburn, or you've heard of a Rayburn, the old school big like augers in your kitchen, you have to constantly have that fed, and depending on how much flow of air and oxygen is going in depends how quick it burns. And if it's got a lot of flow of oxygen going in, then things are going to burn, the fuel's going to burn quickly. So if the fuel, we're just doing the screensaver again, if the fuel's burning quickly, then you need to put more fuel in quickly. But if we can regulate the flow of air in and out, then when it's time to rest, to settle, to be, we can turn down the valves to regulate the flow of air going in so it doesn't burn so quickly. Pranayama, the fourth limb of yoga. The fourth limb of yoga is the number 4. It's the firm foundation, strong, flexible, balanced foundations. It's Aries, like we said at the beginning. It's rhythmic breath control. The fourth chakra is the heart, but the fourth limb of yoga is pranayama, rhythmic breath control. So to slow down that valve when we need to, it is about the body's lost its natural instinct to be able to take long, slow inhalations and to be in that liminal state, the pause, the retention between the exhalation and inhalation, and then a long, slow out exhalation through the nose, because there's been congestion and trauma and rewiring to be able to cope with life, to be able to survive life. But we're done surviving life. We want to thrive in life now. And so we have to reopen old channels gently and softly with managed conscious awareness through our breath and our heart. And everything else then becomes clear. So the only conscious will and attention just needs to be on doing your subtle shaking and the breathing and the heart connecting, and changing the posture, changing your habitual patterning, and everything will just flow beautifully in your cosmic ocean, in that most beautiful, alive reef, coral reef of bright colours, the gentle water currents, the symbiotic relationship that goes on between life, from the seaweed to the plankton to the fish as the sizes go up, understanding the Scorpio, the nighttime, inner troll, death, birth, rebirth cycles, and how it's all needed. The prebiotics is the food that feeds the probiotics, the bacteria, and to diversify that bacteria. But then the postbiotics are the waste product of the bacteria, because there's this whole ecosystem that goes on in life out there, and it's the multiversal and universal laws of life that goes on in here as well. So there's this bonus card at the end, which is 36. All Tesla code numbers, the 3, the 6, and the 9. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 3 times 6 is 18, which is another 9. Helm of all, wheel, shield. And it's this beautiful symmetrical pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8. You've got the addition cross. You've got the expansive multiplication. So you've got all the dimensions now navigated, and all the compass of your heart is the compass of navigation, so that all the directions, elemental forces and directional forces in the body are able to use and express as and when they need to. We're literally almost done, Zendaya. Can you wait a few minutes? So this card that jumped out in the beginning, Agish Dalamur, sorry for butchering it. Awe-inspired ancestral collective magic, a smokescreen to surround and shield us. Everyday fears are drawn back, dissipating as ancient marinas wrap us up and tuck us in. A still sea doesn't make a seasoned sailor. Therein is the danger and the addiction. Wow, and that's what we started off with at the beginning, wasn't it? Facing fears and the lone battles of a shamanic voyage strengthens you. The best shield is coasting in your own confidence. Lose your footing, and we all do. Agish Shalamurs, here to soothe you. So you don't need a wheel shield. You need a wheel. You need the wheel of the compass of the heart to guide you and turn. Because if we need a shield, we feel like we need protection. If we feel like we need protection, we're dancing from a place of fear. And we're not dancing from a place of fear anymore, because we're choosing to dance from a place of love. And when you dance from a place of love, you don't need fear. Well, you don't need protection. We have fear because fear is a primal key that gives us a sense of understanding of where we're at, and it's understanding that the perception of fear is not bad. If you're a mouse, if you're a field mouse, you're a mouse in your field, and there's an eagle looking for its dinner, then you need that state of fear to be able to get away. So fear can guide us. Fear is our teacher and can guide us as long as it's healthy. But like anything, if it's not in that healthy, balanced oscillation, and it's come out into one of the extremities, then we need to ebb and flow it back in, so that we know what emotions are what, where they're coming from, why they're there, from a heart, intuitive, instinctual being, knowing sense, not a conventional mental doing knowing sense. This needs to be calmed and released, and that is the skill to learn and navigate in the societal ocean of the cosmic collective unconscious, because these are where the energies are strong, of the overactive, of the doing, of the achieving, of seeking the goals, of seeking the materialistic money, wealth, at the detriment of whoever. It doesn't matter. because we want wealth of the heart, we want wealth of compassion, we want wealth of a symbiotic relationship. So there's a harmony inside our bodies, because when we get that harmony inside our bodies, we get that harmony around us. When we get that harmony around us, we radiate that out through the heart, with the biggest brain, with the most neurons, with the biggest electromagnetic field. And we don't have to say anything, we don't have to do anything, we just have to be our deepest, truest, authentic self. And then that goes out into consciousness, into nature, and the harmony will come back. And it's possible because it's what we choose to believe. And that's what we envision, and that's what we choose to believe. So I hope that this has been, I hope you've enjoyed this spread. It got longer. We didn't do much better at getting shorter, did we? Maybe that will happen in one of the next two. Can't believe the time here. 20 past 10 almost. It's 22:19, so it's almost 22:20, which is perfect. We're ending on 3 2s, 22:20, which equals 6. Your unconditional love, the heart. But 6 is also the third eye chakra, the new senses of perceptions, the new neurological sparks in the brain. So we're going to leave it there because we are a little bit tired now. It's been another long one, but it is incredible that when we get into the state, how much just flows out and comes out. So thank you for staying with us this whole time, Hannah. We hope that we're going to end on the cosmic surges of the purple with the banners. Not that one. We'll go for that one. And we're going to end with we'll put the music on, and we'll put the Lifruma flip through. No, we're going to put the music on, and we're just going to leave the card spread like this up for a little while, so that you're able to gaze at the cards yourself and just see if any of the imagery or anything that's coming out speaks to you. So we're just going to move it over. We'll take our picture off, and we'll put the music on, and we'll just leave it for a little while. I don't know, I feel like maybe does this bottom one need readjusting? Yeah, we like that. You've got the curve going on here, kind of like in there in the screen. Then you've got all these bits of webs and writing. We like how that goes. We like that because you've got the orange going into there. And the way the light glares onto that kind of makes it a bit white. Oh my God, and then you've got this that goes into there, makes that pattern going down there. Okay, so we've rearranged the patterning of the cards. So we're just going to leave that on for a visual, open-eyed meditation with our music. So, bye. Oh, look, Hannah, you've got comments. Sorry, darling. So that was the last one. Thanks. You're welcome, Hannah. Amazing info as usual. Oh, thank you. Oh, we still lack our self-confidence, don't we? We're meant to be treating praises and non-praises as the same, but we're still developing our confidence, so we really appreciate hearing that. Thank you. What's the last one? Love the connections we make. Oh, what do you think of what we've done with the cards and the patternings and the colours and the adjusting them? Love it. Perfect alignment and arrangement. Oh, that's awesome. We like the sign. That's like perfect synchronized alignment and lane. Not in it, not in here anymore. But that we like that because that's what's expressing out here. What's expressing out here is what's coming from the inside. So if that's coming from our inside and our outside, then that will be the energies that we're putting out there from the outside, but also the energies we're putting out there from the inside out, but from the implosion outwards rather than the explosion outwards, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Hannah. You sleep well, and we'll see you soon. And everyone else that's like come to watch this, we hope you enjoy the patternology healing at the end. Take care. Bye. Be kind to yourself, to animals, to Mother Gaia, and other human beings.